Take a deep breath on this one here. A lot to try to process in a short period of time. First, again, our crowd. Oh, man. I can't ask for anything more. I appreciate them so much. Our students who all day, our community, really appreciate that, We look forward. We got 2 more home games, and I'm pretty sure that it'll still look the same. So I'm always grateful for that, the energy that they bring. They've gotten us over the hump so many times. So always grateful for that. The team we played, they really showed a lot of poise that normally my team has played with this year. So you got to give them a lot of credit. Colin just, he really showed up today, showed his maturity, showed his toughness, his ability to make shots late. I was very surprised at my team's execution in the last 5 minutes of the game. I thought we made 8 mistakes, and the biggest mistake was on me with a minute to play. I wanted the energy of the crowd on a press in a 1-possession game. That's on me. This loss is definitely on me with respect to that time and score 1 possession with 50 some odd seconds left. Just play man to man and, kind of ride it out that way. But credit them. They made plays when they had to. They executed. And they took advantage of all the mistakes that we made. We missed switches, lack of communication. I talked to my team about, end of the game, the known is the guy with the ball who's played really, really well. And for us to leave him that wide open, that naked is just inexcusable. So, we'll get better at it. It's played a great team, give them a lot of credit coming in here and playing the way they do. But, this is something that's not different for them. They are a blue blood program that many of you media members don't talk about. It's easy to talk about Duke and Carolina and UCLA and all them. The team we just played there is as blue as they get, as their color. Their consistency, their national championships in the Big East is as tough as anybody ever thought about, with all the naysayers that talked about, will the Big East be that? Will the Big East be that? Big East is really, really, really good. And that team we played is really, really good. So credit them. Disappointed that we lost, but it's an opportunity for us to show some resilience. It's an opportunity for us to respond and grow. And last time I checked, the Friars are still in first place. So there's a big picture here. And as I just told our men, our worst day is a young man's dream to be in that locker room. Let's not lose perspective of that. There are 10,000 coaches that would love to coach in this game today. There are 10,000 players that would have loved to play in this game today. So, as you're getting older in coaching, you can't lose your mind when you lose. Appreciate how we're winning. We've positioned ourselves to compete for a conference championship, and that's something that we'll talk about. We'll give the guys tomorrow off because it's been a long week for us, short turnaround. And try to get ready Thursday, Friday, Saturday to play for a DePaul game that's playing right now at Hinkle, and that'll be a really, really hard game. Disappointed we lost for our fans and our community and our school, but you know what? Sometimes when you lose, you win because it's a different perspective on how hungry are we. I'll challenge our guys come Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I promise you that.
Yeah, you kind of just alluded to this, but they've been, their trademark is showing their resilience.
Absolutely.
Year in and year out. What do you feel like? What do you think to specifically learn? That your team learned from the experience?
I would say poise. I think they showed a lot of poise. This is as hostile of an environment you're going to see in college basketball. And my head is ringing, literally. I hope that our men learn something from this, that we've been pretty good the whole time on just poise, patience, and execution is something that I think we'll learn from. And again, I want to go back to 80-78. That was one of the biggest coaching mistakes I've made in a long time.
No Mania late. What are you looking to do with it?
Without any timeouts, and I agree with you. Without any timeouts, did we miss a free throw? I think. I don't know. And I was trying to go with a little bit more, probably scoring. It wasn't our offense today. That's for damn sure. Our defense was left on Eaton Street. or in the dorms, because we didn't play the defense we normally play, you know. And again, you got to credit them. They made some big time shots.
But is that also a credit to how they switched you as well, and how they kind of maybe put you in all positions defensively?
You talk about us defensively?
Yes.
I mean, Jay and I, we've coached against each other so much. It's I'm pretty sure everybody thought this was going to be an old school 58-62 game. You know, I'm pretty sure both coaches worked on their offense, knowing how we play. I don't know if it put us in a tough spot. You know, I mean, we kind of knew we made the right adjustment to get to where we needed to get to have an opportunity to win the game. I mean, we both made shots, you know. So I don't know if I answered your question or not, but I don't know if it's anything. They've been playing the same way for 20 some odd games. They don't deviate, you know.
And a game like that, when there are, such margin of error is so small, then to have someone like Gillespie who just, he's almost like a robotic ability to just make these plays, how much of an advantage is between for him, whether he's got one leg or two legs?
Well, it looked like he had 7 legs today. And again, I've had an opportunity to coach him on that Pan American team, so I'm very proud of him. I'm very happy for him. At the same time, disappointed in the way we guarded him. But give the kid credit. He's a winner. I mean, he's a winner. He's a great player. Give him credit. Him and Jermaine, I gave them both a big hug. See him in a couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens from there. He played great. He had one of the better games probably of his career today.
I mentioned to you today that you do play in 2 weeks, and is that the message as well? Like, as you said, you're in first place, make sure that your guys don't drop out and drop mentally after.
Right. And again, every team goes through a slide, or, you know, that's something that we're going to talk about. And I think, you know, when you're coaching these young men, you got to be very open and honest with them, you know, to try to avoid that. So we got to try to bounce back. You know, I think we're a very good basketball team. I think we have some very good players. We didn't execute the way we wanted to play today. So, I mean, sometimes life sucks.
And what's it say about Al in the tough first half, kind of what he did there in the second half?
I mean, he's been doing that a lot. You know, he's definitely nursing an injury that, you know, for him to play through it, he's pretty resilient. Hopefully we can get him going a little earlier. We wanted to try to establish Nate, of which we did. And this game, once again, this came down to defensive execution, which I'm shocked at the way we defended. I'm really shocked. So we'll watch the film and hopefully improve from that. But, you know, Al Durham's a tough young man. You know, these kids have been, you look around college basketball, man, you know, got a lot of old dudes out there that have played in a lot of games. And when you look at a Villanova team, they play in these environments every time they go play. So this is not new to them.
The last Gillespie shot, was it a miscommunication or just a total lack of communication between the two?
I would say it was some miscommunication for sure. I mean, you can't leave the guy who's probably dominated the game that wide open. You know, we'll look at the film and see what actually happened. Shot of the game set match right there. That one was tough. That was tough.
Yeah, the first 15, 16 minutes or so, you did a pretty good job on the defensively. Gillespie only had a couple points. I think they scored on 7 of their last 8 trips in the first half. Can you just speak to how much rhythm that might have given them, confidence that might have given them going into the last 1 minute?
Yeah, they did. I thought the last play of the half, I believe, where he got a layup on just a switch, and, you know, we worked on that a lot. To me, that was a will and a want. And again, that's something that Colin definitely has. You know, we'll learn from it, but I thought they had a lot of energy going into half, but I thought we responded to that coming out of half, you know, the way we wanted to play. And again, it was, let's face it, y'all got an opportunity. All y'all sitting here had an opportunity to watch one hell of a college basketball game. I mean, a hell of a basketball game. I coached the damn game, so I know how good it was. Trust me when I tell you that. That was as high level of a game as you're going to see in college basketball. So I hope you all had a great seat.
Do you think that's a situation where maybe the fans and the students might take that maybe harder than your team?
Absolutely. I mean, if they have passion and, you know, the season that these men are having, I want them to be upset. I want them to come back with a little bit more roar in in their voice or whatever. If that's the expectation, it may not be the norm, but it's the expectation of this group. Good for them. I mean, they should be, they should be upset a little bit, but at the same time, appreciate what the group is doing, because it's not like we went out there and, tried to lose.
Head Coach, Jay talked about what a great night this was for the Big East. What does it mean for the conference to have two teams that can play at such high level in front of a crowd like that?
Great, and again, I'm very biased, but I still believe, and I talk about the Big East all the time, the coaching, the players, the arenas that you have an opportunity to play in, top to bottom, where as competitive as anyone in any conference, regardless, and to have an environment like this, to have a top 10 game at home, you want to win that. Part of what Kevin was talking about, for your students, for your school, for your community. It's disappointing, but I'm saying, we'll have an opportunity on March 1st.
How much is their ability to post up the guards and create open looks with threes that
That dude's in the Hall of Fame for a reason. I mean, they do a really, really good job. They have some very thick bodies that are guards that, they have interchangeable pieces. He does a really good job keeping them in their sweet spot. I think that they're systematic at the elite level, and they believe in what he's talking about. And they are systematically drilled to do what they're supposed to do. And today it really, really paid off. They don't just put bums in the Hall of Fame, babe. I'm not in there.
He said that offensively they're still searching for where he wants to.
I think Jay's being really modest. I thought his offense was really, really good today. And again, as coaches, you always want to continue to improve. There's a lot of games left. It's a lot of games left. We have a Big East tournament. We have an NCAA tournament. And again, you always want to improve. And that's something that we'll talk about. And I thought we did get better today offensively. I thought we took a back step defensively. And we'll get better at it. Some days it's just not your night.